It is important to know how to measure a window accurately. Each window is individual, and you will want to make your curtains to fit that window perfectly. There are many factors to consider when you're measuring your window. This will help you decide on the curtain proportions, where to fit the hardware, that is the pole or the track, and also the style of the curtain that you're going to use. We're going to show you how to measure a bare window in order to calculate the quantity of fabric, lining and interlining required, and the size of the hardware to fit, hardware being poles and tracks. Having taken these measurements, you can quickly calculate the amount of fabric you need. 1. Under coving or ceiling to the floor. To check for uneven floors, measure at each end and in the middle of the pole or track. 2. Wall space above window. This is from under the coving or ceiling down to the top of the window or architrave. This is where the hardware is normally fitted. It is important to remember the top of the curtain should sit above the window, therefore poles should be positioned at least 10 cm above the window. 3. Top of the window or architrave to the sill. 4. Sill to floor. When added to 2 and 3, this should equal 1. It's worth double checking. 5. Width of the window, including the architrave. 6. Available wall space either side of the window for curtain step back. The curtain pulls back against the wall when opened to let in the light. You want to block the least light possible. Note any obstructions or planned changes, such as doors or built-in furniture. Measure on the right and the left of the window. A track or pole will usually be the width of the window plus approximately 30%. This extra measurement is equally divided into a left-hand step back and a right-hand step back, one on either side for a pair of curtains, or at one side only for a single curtain. 7. Depth of architrave. When hand-sewn headings are fitted to a pole or track, the bracket projection, that is the centre of pole or track, or the ring hook to the wall, should be at least 6 cm to allow for curtains to move freely without obstruction when opened or closed. The depth of the architrave can affect this projection measurement. 8. Projection of the radiator. This determines the projection of the curtains, so they run just in front of the radiator. 9. Type of wall around the window, such as concrete, lintel, wooden beam or brick. If possible, make a note of the type of wall you are fitting the hardware to. This determines where and what type of hardware is to be fitted. A word of caution: ensure that a pole is robust enough to take the weight of the curtains you wish to hang from it. Also, ensure the wall you are fixing into can take the weight of your pole. Logically, 3 brackets are used to support the weight. As a guide, poles over 100 cm should have a centre bracket. It is really important to have your pole or track fitted first, so you can then go on to take accurate measurements in order to make up your curtains to fit the window perfectly. This time, there are only 3 simple measurements required. 1. Length of track or pole inside finials. This is the area that the curtains are to cover. Note, finials are purely decorative. 2. Return of pole ring hook or track hook to the wall. When curtains are fitted to a pole or track, it is necessary to ensure that the curtains are returned to the wall at the outer edges. The return can be hooked into screw eyes which are fitted to the wall. This will hold the return in place. This ensures that there isn't a gap visible between the curtain and the wall. 3. Hook to floor. Measure from the curtain ring hole, where the curtain hook will sit, to the floor, and then from the ring hole to the base of the ring. You want the top of the curtain to sit just below the ring. Sill length curtains will hang just below the sill, approximately 10 cm. To check for uneven floors, measure at each end and in the middle of the pole or track. Note, if curtains are to hang hook to floor, don't take the final finished drop measurement until the flooring, for example the carpet, is in place.